Hello everybody, welcome on this Mother's Day to Telstra. How are you going, Ox?
Not too bad, and happy Mother's Day, Mum.
Good on you. I'm sure she's watching. Melbourne without a win and Western Bulldogs 3-3. If you were coaching your old team, the D's, today, what's plan A?
Reinforce the record, reinforce the really good form that Melbourne have got against the Bulldogs. Watch their run, first thing you need to stop, and also exploit down back their lack of tools and the Melbourne forward line, and just prove to them how good they are and they can kick the score.
Well, Dennis, it's true to say that Melbourne fans have had very little to cheer about in 2007.
Yeah, thanks, Bruce. I feel as though I've joined the Melbourne cheer squad. We've seen a lot of them lately. They've been disappointing, but bear in mind they've won 5 of their last 6 against the Western Bulldogs, who are back from Perth, and they showed a lot of discipline against the West Coast Eagles last week. They'll need that again today, and ironically, this is their chance to win for the first time against a side that played in last season's final. So for the Western Bulldogs, a chance to take a big step forward today.
And let's look at that Western Bulldogs lineup. 3 changes today from the team that lost to West Coast. Terrific to see that Mitch Hahn is back.
Well, it's the run we were talking about, and down back, McMahon, Harris and Morris, they can really set the play up for the Doggies. Harris in particular, 22 possessions he's averaging at the moment, taking a lot of marks and just directing traffic down back, and he's becoming a real leader. McMahon and Morris, if they get their hands on it, you know they'll hit a target. They're very, very dangerous coming out of defensive 50.
A couple of good inclusions for the Demons. Green and Ward back in, but so many injury problems this year. Rivers a late withdrawal and Ben Holland's come in.
That's a big blow to the Demons, but Holland, he'll come in and do his job. Just looking at the Demons, their half-forward line is going to prove to be very, very important. Cameron Bruce may be the bogey down there because he's only kicked a couple of goals. Expect him to go back to Johnson, but he will come back on the half-forward line along the way. Miller needs to get his hands on it, and Green is a noted goal kicker, must kick some goals.
So warmish day here. We go down to the ground, and here's Tim Watson to look at his major players.
Last week, the Demons produced their best four-quarter game of the season. Today, they'll be looking to Matthew Bate to pick up where he left off last week. He's an untidy-looking mover, but he is effective. He's been named on the wing, but should play across half-forward. A very good worker with great hands and a booming kick. He can kick him from outside 50. Well, Godfrey's career has been resurrected with Danaher now throwing him the big challenge each week. He is the #1 stopper for Melbourne. Where he goes will give us the insight as to who Danaher believes is the most dangerous on ball for the Western Bulldogs. Harris is a big, strong defender. Today he gets the opportunity to test his strength with a big, strong forward in David Neitz. He has improved the rebounding side of the game, and this season averages 20 touches a game. That's a very good return for a fullback. Acker hasn't set the world on fire. An early injury set him back, but the Bulldogs will be expecting a greater return today. He needs to work harder in games. Acker averaging just 13 touches and booting just 2 goals for the season to date. The conditions down here, I can tell you, are very warm for players, so courage today won't be so much just about putting your head over the ball, but it will also be about how hard you're prepared to work in these conditions.
Nice work, Tim. Out come Melbourne, still looking for their first win, but last week they did get closer, going down to Port Adelaide by just 5 points, led out by David Neitz, who caused a stir just 40 minutes ago. He came off the ground. More about that shortly. And the Western Bulldogs about to enter the arena. Here they come, back from Perth with a record of 3-3. Very solid against the West Coast Eagles. Nathan Eagleton playing his 200th AFL game after starting at West Adelaide and playing 56 games for Port Adelaide. Bright and sunny. It's pretty warm. Sunday football. The Western Bulldogs and Melbourne at the Dome.
Sun streaming down. The favourites, the Doggies, over the Demons with the bookies. 3-3 versus 0-6. Let's go down to ground level. Rick Olorenshaw. Ricky, a bit of drama with David Neitz. Dennis mentioned he ran off the field in the warm-up. What's going on, mate?
Yeah, there was a bit of a scare when David Neitz left the field during the warm-up with the physio. The only problem was he had strapping on his knee, which was too tight, so no problems there. They did lose Jared Rivers before the game, though, with back tightness. He's been replaced by Ben Holland. And great to see Mitch Hahn make his return today. He injured his knee in round 12 last year, had an ACL reconstruction. They've been very happy with his form in the Werribee reserves in the last 4 weeks, so he'll start up forward. And I'd just like to say to my mother, Coral, who's a mad Bulldogs fan, happy Mother's Day.
Nice work, Rick. Talk about being tight going into a game. Well, David Neitz was. A bit of it going around. Adam Uze found some form last week. Darren Ray, the 2 #1s. Again, the problem of light and shade at the Dome with the roof open this afternoon. Hot day. The umpires McLaren, Sully and Head. Darcy and Holland and Johnson. A lot of experience there. And Bruce. Obligatory jostling before the opening bounce. Away we go. Umpire Head puts it down. Sunday football is underway. One down by White. Godfrey went to ground. Miller camped over the football. Socket off the ground Melbourne's way. Gilby got a hand to it. Uze, McDonald feeds it back. Godfrey's in trouble. Cross got to him quickly and closed him down. Dunn got the hand pass to McDonald. Kept in by Cooney. Clever. Cross going down towards half forward. Telling kick. Sun is a problem. Johnson almost the mark. Sockers towards the square. Jan Siracusa leads in the race. Flicks it back. Ackermanis could have done better there. Comes to Eagleton in his 200th. Kicks it behind.
Nathan Brown's gone to Acker. And Johnson has been picked up by Cameron Bruce. Now that will protect Cameron Bruce because each week he draws a tag. Now he's going to pick up the dangerous Brad Johnson inside 50.
Speaking of dangerous, Tim, that was a dangerous kick out. And Bruce was a target. Eagleton, the point scorer. He's kicked over 20 goals in his last couple of seasons. Just one this year. McLaren, Head and Sully. Our umpires today. Oh, McDonald straight into Brad Green. Dunn. Holland, who's come in for Rivers. Trick told us Rivers with a bit of tightness. Brown, who was good against the power last week. Miller had a really quiet one last week. He won a good start here. And then Davies' little one is good. And Godfrey, not a noted long kicker or goal scorer, on about the 50.
Well, two of those possessions actually came from players who've got assignments. The first kick came from Nathan Brown, who's picking up Acker, and the second kick went to Godfrey, who's picking up Scotty West. So that's good running off their direct opponents.
So Scotty West, the #1 target, Tim. You said whoever Godfrey got would be their #1. Good Mark Street, who's come back in today, preferred to Minson.
Good to see him back too. That was a strong grab outside the defensive 50. Cooney, socket away by McDonald. Getting back is Griffin, right on the 50. Cross, he of the clever hands. Gilby with some dash. Ray back to Gilby. Morris is on. He's got it now, Morris. Back to Gilby. This could be something. Gilby, well, lost his momentum, then lost the football. This is Johnston. Short. The target Uze did nicely. Loops it out wide. White. Uze with the outside of the left boot, if you don't mind. Davies got the run of it. Arches the back, slips away. Lines up from 35 and gets it. And they would have been picking on me, Bruce. I'm not related.
There's two more on the way too. Alwyn has twin boys.
Gee, they're clever, aren't they? Miller, not the twins so much. That's good too. Dunn, and their mum's been a winner this week as well. The AFL Mother of the Year. So great start for the Demons. The underdogs get the first goal. That's always good for a match, I reckon, don't you?
Yeah.
Bruce back. McDonald, so Melbourne coming to play, goes bang to fall forward. Miller outnumbered, but came off Cooney. Miller's hands, Uze not quite, it was just in the wrong spot. Did well not to give the free away. Ray under the pump. Griffin, through he goes and then bangs it to centre wing. Johnson front spot, Green's hands, okay because they've got a bit of time and space, yes.
Ward, nicely done to Green to Bell. Bell, awkward kick, Godfrey, slips practice, Bates, over the top to White. He's about 70 metres out from goal, spots a man wider still and goes to him. Brown stumbles, gets a hand pass away eventually. Good pressure from the Bulldogs. White goes back. This is Bruce. Scrambles a kick inside the forward 50. Morris missed it. West got hands to it. Street. Here he is again. Davey. Paddled it to his own advantage. They're back outside the 50. Johnston, Morris, oh, wonderful by the Dogs. They kept nipping at their heels. Jan Siracusa in the shadows of the wing. Some holding on there to Darcy, not seen. Don't know why. Hahn kicks behind the defender, slipping over was Brown. Ackermanis, the easiest of goals. Wow. degree of difficulty was about 1. He turned it into a 10. Unfortunately, it's not diving.
That's most unlike Acker, isn't it? Just to miss a golden opportunity like that.
So let off for the D's. Darcy front spot. Here's a chance for a goal. Looks good. He's got it.
Akenyu. In fact, Jason Ackermanis, his first 2 kicks against Melbourne, both goals. Round 7, 1995. 2 kicks, 2 goals that afternoon. Here's Dunn. His first kick this afternoon, not so flash. Missed there by Sylvia, coming up the ground, 55 metres out. Davey thought he was pushed. Now the umpire has paid it for over the shoulder.
High over the shoulder. High. Yep, over the shoulder.
Just watch this again. Definitely a free kick to Davey, just leading up to the ball. And it was a push. There was a bit of a nudge in the back here too, and a touch on the arm, and the umpires have told us very early in the piece that's not acceptable today. Let's just hope that we get consistency.
Multitude of sins right there. 1-3 from set shots. Davey, 1 goal already this afternoon. Puts it through.
Dependable, but has he got the pace to go with him? A couple of early goals. Demons doing well in the centre clearances. They're 3-0 coming into this one.
Knock it out! Knock it out! No, 3 of you dragged it in together in that one.
I think they look all right. You know, just around the field at the moment, Melbourne. They look like they've got their matchups pretty right. Their forward line looks dangerous. Bruce generally does a good job on Johnson.
Street did well to Eagleton. That was great ruck work. Goes to full forward. Carroll.
Oh.
That's exactly what they want from Street. That's where they've been down in the first 6 rounds of the season. They haven't been able to get their clearances. That's why they dropped Minson. Street's very good at hits to advantage.
Gee, White could go on from Holland here. Slow chip pass. Miller stuck his bottom out and kept Hargrave away. Uze provides the first long lead.
This is too slow. They actually had one-on-one contests inside their 50. Now they're getting back in numbers, the Bulldogs.
So Neat's the target, but he is outnumbered.
And that's what happens.
So not good play there by Miller, and then Harris to McMahon, and this is what the Doggies are trying to do always, to create something loose from the back.
Boyd's got it now, having a fine season. Really coming on. Wearing number 5. Rowan Smith's old jumper. Eagleton sold into trouble. Ward and Eagleton battle for the football. Eagleton slaps it forward. Bate, good game last week to Ward. Advantage is paid. Travis Johnston across the ground to Dunn. Likely type. Dunn. Courage shown down there by Griffin. He was hurt in the exchange as well. Jan Siracusa to Morris. Cross missed Morris as he came back. Down goes West. Flicks it out. Cooney. Pressure on the Dogs here. Jan Siracusa out in front of White. Missed it. Worked to his advantage. Cunning devil. On his knees. Tackled by Brown. Pushed it. Wow. Advantage is paid. It went the other way. Umpire committee making a regular blue. And the ball comes across to Green, who's about 70 metres out. Uze the target. Missed down there by Harris. Open goal beckons for Uze. They've got their 3rd.
That was really
match-up, Tim, is that Dunn has got crossed. Now, Dunn had Chad Corns for a while last week, and Dunn's been very good early in this match. Griffin away. Bit too easy this time, and then goes wide to Johnson. Very wide. Bruce and Johnson. There's a bit of history with some match-ups between these 2 talented players in the past. Did it go out? Not quite.
No. Brad, he's got the kick, mate. I'm happy with that. Thank you. Thanks, Fast.
Hear the explanation to Johnson. So this is Johnson for the D's. Mitch Hahn talked about his comeback. Terrific play. Got past a couple. Kicks to the hot spot. Jan Siracusa free kick.
Hand in the back. Against you. Hand in the back. Daniel's kick.
So against Warnock.
There, mate. Sorry.
That was just clumsy. He didn't need to do that. He's got a height advantage over Jan Syracuse anyway. He just misread the ball in flight. Just watch this. Had him in the right position, just didn't need to make contact with him at all.
The slightest of contact. So Jan Syracuse 4 straight from set shots this year. He got amongst the goals last week in Western Australia, and straight in front kicks his first.
Left calf, he's currently getting some work on at the moment, so just keep an eye on him.
Johnson goes after the football. Jan Syracuse came in hard. Sylvia kicks it down towards half forward. Well done, West. Angles the punch away. Jan Syracuse the fumble. Coming again, Maloney. Did it nicely. Warnock is there. His hand pass was stifled. Cross with courage on a collision course with Dunn. Warnock and Jan Syracuse are pushing up the ground. Interesting, that last free kick. Matthew Warnock copped you and mate. And it's Daniel's free kick. Sobering, all of that.
That's where Nathan Brown injured himself too.
Umpires might read the record before the game. Here's Warnock again. He got a typo in his Christian name. M-A-T-T-H-W. So the umpire didn't know what to call him. It's close to the boundary line. Eagleton's away. Kicks inside the forward 50. Cooney, half volley, out of bounds.
You do think of the strangest things.
Shows I'm well read, doesn't it?
Just come in. Just wait. Did you? You went, Sean? No? Okay.
No, but you know you're in trouble, Bruce, when you get mate from the umpire and it's Daniel's free kick.
That's all we can do.
So, not out on the floor as it turned out. Let's have a look. Well, it's a long way out. But
Just out.
You've got to be in the right position. They don't have the camera. Eagleton blazes, and now it's out. He's a good sport, isn't he, Eagleton?
Justice.
2 poor kicks from Eagleton, though. The first one, and then the second one, which really he should have tried to screw back to the top of the square. There was a one-on-one situation there with Cameron Bruce and Brad Johnson. I think Brent Johnson just looked up at him too, just as if to say, well, look, that's where it should have gone.
And he missed a goal earlier on. So Acker and Eagleton both a little bit of yips this year around the goals, perhaps, so far.
I like this bloke, Dunn. I think they just have to continue. Oh, sorry, this is Carroll. But Lyndon Dunn's doing a good job too. I think they've just got to continue to play and get as many games as they possibly can to him as quickly as they can.
Now, this will be interesting. Johnson's quick, but Davies very quick. And he is a bit younger. Oh, well done, Johnson. Might get it back from Morris, but Bruce ran him over the line.
It was a great 2-on-2 contest, wasn't it?
I reckon Brad was thinking, why did I pick on Davey right here? And for the first time, he wasn't smiling, Dennis, Brad.
No, he did pretty well, though. He had reason to smile. Close to the boundary line. Boyd. White in trouble. Well done, Davey. White comes again. Slips it back to Morris, who slipped. Taken by Jan Syracuse. Inside the 50. Hanging on to West, and he'll get the free. Scotty West.
You're all over him.
Kicked his first career goal against Melbourne, round 2 of 1993. Not going for goal here. Oh, great mark over the top. Higgins.
Courageous mark going with the fly of the ball. Actually, Johnson, who's playing as the ruckman at the moment for Melbourne, ran back, but he didn't have his eyes on the ball. He actually should have been watching where the ball was going. He was actually heading just to the goal square. I don't know whether he could have got to that to cut it off or not, but you've got to be aware at all times.
Higgins, very reliable from a set shot. 4-1 this season. And the one was very difficult. Kicks from 30 and kicks truly.
Goal here.
Good job, play on the tap.
Johnson, Maloney, back to Johnson. So Melbourne continuing to do well in the centre clearances. That was McDonald to Bate, and here's Dunn, who can kick a goal, and this is a chance. It's going through. Tell you what, Tim, he's looking.
5 points Entertaining game. White goes up. Thumps it down towards half forward. Jan Siracusa, nicely done. Kicks it long down towards full forward. In fact, that was Harborough who kicked it down towards the goal square. Umpire McLaren got in the road, or they attacked him, whatever. Melbourne get it out. Warnock found Ward. Now Jones across half back. And Dunn again presenting. Prepared to go up the ground. So Harborough is on. Started on the bench. This is Carroll. Kicks to the wing. Warnock knocked away down there by Morris. Hit hard by Griffin. He paid the free kick. Advantage is paid, so it wasn't the mark. He paid advantage. Uze goes inside the forward 50. Gilby cleverly over the top. Gilby will get a free kick, I would think.
No, it's 50 for a second act. It's a high tackle after it. So 50 metres. It was a free kick for a push.
Sylvia gave the free kick away. In fact, just watch this. There's the umpire, Scotty McLaren, just running into Mitch Hart. Now, we saw a really interesting one last weekend when Sammy Mitchell barely touched the field umpire, ended up getting a fine about $3,000 worth, and that will be something that the umpires or the match review panel look at after this game.
Gilby gets a hand pass, finds Johnson. Brad Johnson, about 30 metres out, quite a sharp angle. 17 goals for the season, including 8 against Geelong in round 1, coming off 74 last season. 31 career goals against the Demons. He's a wonderful player. The league's happiest player. We've said that before. Will he celebrate this time? He likes it off the boot, loves it. Trust me, he's smiling. He's a dentist. We can't show you his face.
So for the 4th time today, the Doggies in front by a point. We've had 7 changes in the lead so far in this match.
Good game of footy, Bruce.
It's bubbling, isn't it?
Yep.
White belts it the second time. So can the Doggies get the next one? Should have got a free there, Cross, I thought. Warnock in trouble. Jan Siracusa and then Gilby. Ricky Olorenshaw.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have made a change up forward. They've restructured by bringing Darcy off and pushing Adam Cooney to full forward. Picked up by Nathan Carroll and trying to pinch a goal using pace.
They've gone small.
And Brown's still on that interchange, so keep an eye on Brown. He will be important if he can't play. Uze getting some possessions, kicks to the pocket. Bate, well done. It was a hot ball for Sylvia. The thinking was right. The execution may be just a bit tough. Ward wrapped up.
They're adventurous, those Western Bulldogs defenders. They're quite happy and content to come off their man early. They really do play the percentages.
Just a couple of uncontested marks for the Doggies at his low numbers. It's against White.
Back here.
Dennis said, good to see Street back. Played 21 games last year. First really big season he'd had in AFL. And now he's second for this season.
Harris running Neeks right up the ground. Harris is actually now inside the Bulldogs forward line. He's in the forward pocket, Harris. He'll go all the way to full forward with Neeks.
Matthew Boyd on the defensive 50. Drives it long up towards the wing. Tailor-made for White, though. Too much carry. Street camped underneath it. White takes the mark.
Now Neeks takes off. Runs Harris up the other end of the ground.
Jeff White started with the Dockers. Needs to be careful. Hahn almost smothered the kick. Sylvia's in front. Cleared here to his mark, and Miller leads back. Oh, well done. The man coming up to meet him down there is hurt. There's a behind. I think it was Addison, was it? Addison showed a lot of courage. He was fearless and affected the kick so much so a certain goal was taken off the board. 25 apiece.
All the Bulldog forwards have come up the ground now to huddle at centre half back. They've got a 2-man forward line, just Johnson and Hahn inside their attacking 50.
And Gilby very wide. Did Harris get his hands on it? He did. It's a fascinating game from this high level, watching what's going on here. Harris a moment ago. Street and White. Now Cross. Back to White, getting very busy. White. Here's Johnston. Normally uses it well. Great kick.
try and, yes, where you are.
It was a piercing kick, wasn't it?
He is a brilliant kick. He, in fact, only needs to get half a dozen possessions inside the attacking half of the ground. Without any pressure like that, he can spot up kicks all day.
Both teams right, thanks.
So Brad Green, 5 goals without a miss from set shots this year, and this would be a milestone for him. Goal number 200. So you'd be backing him in from here. He's hooked it a bit, straightens it up, he's got it.
And in terrific condition, straight up very early. White actually won it down. Harbrough went down, cross. Well, delayed the hand pass, a bit of uncertainty between a couple of Bulldogs players. West emerges with it, spots a man towards the wing. His partner in crime, Cross, who is running hard, lays it off to the nimble Eagleton, goes down towards full forward. Johnson, almost the mark in front. John Siracusa tries to pull it back. And it goes out of bounds. A half chance. Good defence by the Demons.
Dennis, Eagleton is like a point guard in basketball, isn't he? They'll give the ball to him at every opportunity. They want the ball in his hands. He's a good deliverer.
He looks like Mookie Blaylock as well. It's thrown in. Eagleton, there he is. Mookie taken down. Over the top was Street. People are scratching their head at home thinking, well, Tim knows. He knows who Mookie is, but he used to be a point guard with the Atlanta Hawks. And actually, Pearl Jam, the band, first called the Mookie Blaylocks.
Look at the footy like Benny Run.
Comes in handy on a Sunday afternoon, doesn't it? And this is a good game. 31 plays, 25. Hooked down behind brilliantly by Street. Bad bounce for Higgins. He was very unlucky. Holland put his head down. It's going to be a free kick to Holland, who lays it off to Johnston. Johnston in the back pocket, into Mines. Drives it close to the boundary line. Missed out there by Bate, who was pushed in the back.
So free kick to Bate at half-back. If this game blows out late, have you blown all your material?
Oh, no, we can embellish on that. So I got lots of nonsense.
Bate to Carroll. Makes me feel a whole lot better.
It really assures you.
Holland coming in for Rivers. So just the 3rd game for Ben Holland this season at the Crossroads. Would love a big match personally here and a Demon win. West almost. It was a juggle. Uze got it off Godfrey. Back to Bate. Can't quite break the tackle. The old left foot there got him into trouble. And a boundary throw in.
When they looked up there, Harris was free across half back. Neitz was actually at the contest itself, so they just wanted to make sure that if they were going to go forward, they were going to hit a target. There was nothing on offer.
Street won it. Gee, Green should have got one there. And then Jones to Bell. Bell to the hot spot.
Bounces right on the 50. Down goes Hargrave, and he's going to get a free kick.
Pulled him out of the contest. Bulldogs.
No doubting that.
Nathan, please. Thank you.
Ryan Hargrave copped 2 weeks for striking James McDonald in round 2 last season. Fiery customer. And James is standing the mark here. Adam Cooney's got the football. Lead from Mookie Blaylock. Eagleton takes it on the wing.
Thanks, James.
Jeff White has to work harder now to get into defence. Street's push forward.
Eagleton. What a good player he's become for the Dogs. Street going back on a hand to a Johnson. Didn't have the football. Johnston's got it. Seemed that Brad Johnson was held approaching that one. Travis Johnston, meantime, is dragged down by Ackermanis. Well done by Boyd, taken front on by Bruce. In comes Brad Johnson again. Bell dives after the football, slaps it out, well played. Ward's away. Beckons a player to come to him. The hand pass not so good. In the opposite direction, Harbrough kicks it down inside the forward 50. Brad Johnson outmanoeuvred, and the defender, Cameron Bruce, did very well.
He's doing a good job too on Brad Johnson.
I think it was good umpiring a moment ago, don't you? Just letting all that go. Neats wide to Uze. So a little victory there for Melbourne. In the back pocket, Uze to Jones. You heard the umpire say it was 15, which gives Jones a bit of confidence before the ball gets to him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Jones to Carroll. To Bruce. And Bruce's probing kick to Godfrey. Can he get a handle on it? He can't. He just kept running away.
That's really indirect, isn't it? That is really indirect play by the Demons.
No holding off the ball, Crossy.
Interesting point you make too, Bruce. There's Cameron Bruce taking the mark. Meantime, big scramble around this football. It's not coming out. Is it incumbent upon the umpire to call it's not 15 while the ball's in flight, or should he do that after the mark is completed? Because, as you say, it is quite restful if you know it's going to be paid a mark. On the contrary, if he says not 15, play on when it's in flight, you could become, if you're like me, a little flustered. Inside the 50, over the football was Carroll. Trying to get it out was Cooney. Diving in was Cross. He lets go of the football, and the umpire will ball it up.
There's just 5 players at the moment inside the Bulldogs half. All the players have slid back across half back. This is a really congested one to win this one. This would be set up for somebody to come over the top of these two ruckmen.
Going to say, Tim, late goal either way here would be very handy. Square it up or give the Demons a little break. Cooney got it from Boyd. Or cross it was, a kick to half forward. Johnson and Bruce, we're going to see a lot of that today. Good kick by Johnson, got some distance and got it to the pocket and put Holland under a bit of pressure. Brown, good to see him back on the field after that little calf problem. Maloney against the tide. Handball, that stretched Brown a bit. Inboard to Jones. Good looking build up now. Jones to Uze. Hard mark, did it well. Playing a terrific game as he has for much of this year, Uze. Sylvia's got it.
9 touches to Uze in the first quarter.
Well, this is an important kick. He doesn't know Sylvia, but the siren's about to go. Loads up. It's going to be close. I reckon it's a goal. Right on the siren. Talk about a grandstand finish to a ripper of a quarter. It has bubbled and bubbled along. It's 6-1 to 4-1 at quarter time.
And Uze there on screen, magnificent in the first quarter. 9 possessions, hitting Sylvia up on the lead. We have got a game on our hands here at the Telstra Dome.
A beauty, 37 plays 25. Lead by 2, 6-4. Ox, the midfield for Melbourne have been good.
Oh, no doubt. Got their hands on the ball, winning in the clearances also. But Travis Johnson's work when he got the ball, he was so clean. He had 6 kicks and 3 handballs, a couple of clearances. But you know, if you give him time and room, he is always going to hit the targets, and he certainly did on this occasion. Hit Green inside. They would have done that 300 times at training, and that is too easy for a Demon midfielder of his class.
So Neil Danaher in front, a couple of goals in front. Let's go down to Ricky Olorenshaw. He's got Russell Robertson with him.
Robo, you must be very excited with that first quarter.
Quarter time, 6-1 the D's, 4-1 the Doggies.
Second term, margin 12 points Sunday football. White goes up and thumps it down. The Bulldogs have been good in second quarters this season, lost only 1. Well played by Johnston to McDonald, kicks it down towards the attacking 50. Uze gets through. You wouldn't rule him out here. Good looking kick, not quite. Big leap, Green off hands are behind.
Gee, that 1 week that Uze was relegated, where he lost the chance to beat Jim Steins' record's probably done him a lot of good. I think he's come back a different player, hasn't he?
Yep. Travis Johnson, on what we've seen the last 2 weeks, is a different player too.
Brown did well. Bell just made it a bit more difficult. It was a hard one for him, and Melbourne get it to the line.
Really open Bulldogs forward line, just 3 inside their attacking 50. They're trying to shuffle numbers behind the ball, but Neil Danaher is denying them that, so consequently they've ended up with a fairly congested forward line, the Demons. Dennis
mentioned the Doggies' very good record in second terms, and the Demons, well, they're the mirror image. They've had very bad second quarters until last week. Addison held on to. Brown's handball was excellent to Ward, back in the team today after a couple of weeks injured. Miller, that's a good sign. Miller, the leading goal kicker at Melbourne this year with just 7. Doggies have got 5 players this season who have kicked more than 7 coming into this match.
They had 35 more possessions than the Bulldogs in the first quarter, and they kept the Bulldogs to just 8 marks. They've been averaging 28, so they're shutting them down in all the right spots.
Get a good look at it. And Miller's kick, not going to make it. Didn't time it particularly well.
Look it out! Come out!
Sylvia tried to get it out. West, Griffin, Gilby, McMahon, so they took a chance and it looks like coming off.
Great to see too. That's exciting stuff. Hargrave, ample time to go and find it. He's at right half back, kicks it beyond the wing. In front, Johnson being held by Bruce. Interesting duel, this one. One of the highlights. Brad Johnson gets the free. A wry smile from Cameron Bruce.
That's a great matchup. They are two extremely talented players. Brad Johnson had the ball 6 times in the first quarter, and Bruce had it 7. Johnson yet to kick. Oh, he's just kicked the. No, he hasn't kicked the goal yet. Good one.
Cross kicks inside the 50. Green takes the mark for Melbourne. Quite often teams come back from Perth and can be slow to start, so the Dogs still in a reasonable position. Speaking of slow, this guy is very quick. Davey, he's got 2 goals, and that's a wonderful finish to Carroll. Melbourne up and about. He's just outside the 50, and he tugs it way right. Out of bounds on the full. Not his best effort.
We talked about Aka coming into this game, how he'd been relatively modest with his totals. Just 1 touch in the first quarter. Nathan Brown, who's picking him up, has had the ball 5 times. They'll be wanting more out of Aka in this second quarter.
Eagleton with a long one. Gee, that's a good grab street.
No advantage.
Interesting that Carroll's coming up the ground a lot, as Harris does for the Dogs, Carroll for the Demons. Boyd, that's not the 15. Gets it back from Higgins. Now, out wide, and now Darcy's on the lead, but Hargrave goes longer to fall forward to Johnson. Here's Ackermanis. Can he make something out of it? I think it's out of play, or it is now.
Brad Johnson appealing to the umpire too that Cameron Bruce took his arm out in the marking. Do you watch this? Yep, that's exactly what he's done too. Got away with it on that occasion.
Boundary throwing coming up short. Higgins a chance. He's very clever and just missing. So a goal in the opening term to Higgins, and the Doggies get 1 point closer, but it's still a 2-goal game here.
That's a bit of a concern for Melbourne too, those deep forward line throw-ins. That's the 3rd time that the Bulldogs, the 4th time in fact, the Bulldogs have set up a scoring opportunity from it.
Scott West only 5 possessions. Here's James McDonald. Most players would be happy with 5 to this point in the game, but we judge him by different standards. Ward is away, a couple of bounces, past half back. Neitz is coming, kick goes in that direction. Too much carry. Eagleton dropping back. Here's Ray. Darren Ray, short one. Cross has got it, likes to give it off and does this time as well. Addison goes down towards the 50. Well, the trip bothered him because the kick was a shocker at the end. It bounces to the pocket. Now Johnson on a different player initially. He had to respect speed there as Davey came face to face. Davey's got it now. Well done. They work it out. Bell back to Davey. Davey miskicks. Brown. Cross takes him down. Brown gets to his feet to Bate. Not pretty, but Melbourne advance the football. Dunn. Brown. White. Godfrey. Inside the forward 50. Again over the head of Neitz. Again plenty of defenders at the back. Street. Nicely worked. Hargrave to midfield and West. Ray with dash. End-to-end stuff at the dome. Ray inside the forward 50. Carroll goes back and takes the mark.
It's good stuff, Dennis, isn't it? It is one end to the other at the moment. Brown to Uze. Bates on here.
This is better.
Now, Tim talked about how long he can kick a footy prior to this. Might be a metre or 2 too far, but he's not impossible. He is if he does that. And then goes bang right to the goal square. Sylvia, and punch through. Tell you what, if Bate had gone back and had one real crack at that with a normal run-up, he had some hope.
Messed himself up, didn't he? Ackermanis, second possession coming up.
He needed a cheapie.
Kicks down towards half forward. Ray. He's got busy in the last few moments too. Ray's away. He gives them leg speed. Penetrating kick. Johnson in best position. Brad Johnson, 20 metres out. Quick transference of play. Ackermanis to Ray, and that is the spot for it. And the veteran getting some lift off right there. Brad Johnson, you'd expect him to get it, and he does. He's got 2.
Two of the 5. Davey with 2 of the 6 for Melbourne. 7-point margin. Addison, well done. Harbrow. Johnson again the target. Bruce with him. We'll be talking about them a lot today. It could be the definitive matchup. The winner of that may prove to be the winner of the match. Dunn ran it out. Had a great first quarter, did Dunn.
I think you're right. I mean, if Brad Johnson gets away and kicks 6 goals today, you would probably think the Bulldogs will win this game. If Bruce can hold him to 2 or 3, the D's have got a real chance.
Harbrow blazing, natural left footer.
Another scoring opportunity to stop play inside the 50 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you're right level with me. As soon as he comes in, I'll call it. Easy there. Crossing.
So you can hear the umpire letting Bruce know what's going on, and Brad Johnson. So in he comes and then kicks outside the 50.
That's a long kick too. White reaching over the top, got a first on it. Recovers the crumb. 60 metres out, sets it high. Cooney out of position, knocked away by Bell, out of mid-air. Harbrow goes straight up in the air. They come from all directions. Holland had it, then lost it. Had support to the side. Taken down was Uze. After it, close to the boundary line, Ackermanis can't keep it in. So boundary throw in. Just get the feeling the Dogs are finding a little bit now, and they're putting it to Melbourne. They must have a bit of self-doubt. Good shot. Johnson out of defence. Onto the loose ball, Jones. Goes to half-forward Miller. Peeling off, Sylvia goes back. Where's Neitz running hard? Not a bad kick in his direction. Son a problem. Neitz from behind punched away. Addison put the head down, got through. Advantage is not paid. Has he been penalised for a throw?
Through it. Heading. Mark's here.
Got no connection.
You did indeed.
Absolutely not.
That was a great tackle there by Bate. That forced the throw. Just hit the arm at the right time. No fist following through for a handball. And that is the correct decision.
Matthew Bate. Distance will not be a problem. Has he got the accuracy? Long and straight.
Coaches. Neil Danaher, an 8-4 record over Rodney. So, like Dennis, I was thinking the Doggies were making a run here, and that was a good reply for the Demons and Bate. Maloney over the line. Dunn coming on with Boyd.
I reckon Rocket has given Acker the licence to go wherever he wants. Just try and get himself into the game. Nathan Brown's going with him all the way.
White doing a bit of the ruck work. I think he might get it was a free kick for hanging on. It's going to Maloney, I think. That from the umpire off the ball, so to speak, out of the play.
Midfield possession alone, the Dogs have had 66. Melbourne has had 103, so they're getting their hands on the ball.
Here's Warnock. First time he's played against a Victorian team, Warnock. His other matches have been against those based outside of Victoria.
Be a 5-point game, according to Dennis, too.
That's right.
Loves them, doesn't he? All three. Well, it's shaping up that way. Sylvia, head down. Did well. Rode it. And then Maloney, awkward-looking kick. Neat's quiet start to this match. Ridden into the ground. Gets it back out.
Straight to him now. Yeah. Here.
Doing a good job on him, Harris. He's got him covered. A bit quicker than David Neitz.
Nice kick too coming out. Harbrow slides in, takes the mark. Now he plays on. Ackermanis is on the move. He's got the ball at centre-half back. Ackermanis, good-looking kick, a beautiful kick. Cross! Oh, lack of talk. Wow. Talk about get out of jail. Obviously, he's carrying the card in his hip pocket.
Here it is. This is where he just had to spin him. All the momentum going forward, though. He had him done. He absolutely had him done.
There must have been 3 Bulldogs within 10 metres, 15 metres there, and not one of them barked an instruction to Cross, who was slowing down. Gilby takes the hand pass and kicks a goal.
That is unforgivable. I'm just trying to find out now who is picking up Gilby, which forward is playing on Gilby. He's pushed all the way up the ground. Lyndon Dunn's going down, and there's a tackle again. Definitely a push in the back, the momentum going forward. It's like Gilby's going to Lyndon Dunn, so he was the direct opponent for Gilby. He should have been the bloke responsible for him outside the 50-metre arc.
So the last couple of goals at either end coming with free kicks, one to Bate and one that Gilby was able to get the handball from Cross. So the Dogs 2 goals to 1 in this term. Hargrave against the flow. Bate did really well, got rid of him and then tried to shrug him off, and then Hargrave's second effort excellent. The advantage given. Cross and Johnson.
50! Brought him down to ground! Brought him down to ground!
And Cross, the recipient of a couple of good calls from his point of view from the umpire in the last minute.
And Danaher might be Cross at this point too, Bruce. The ball's taken from the wing. Now he's inside 50 having a shot at goal. I mean, this is a huge penalty.
He hasn't kicked a goal this season. He's had a lot of the footy. Cross and West, the only 2 players in the comp averaging more than 30 disposals a match in 07. What a good player he is. Now, can he finish here and bring the Dogs within a point? They like it. He's got it.
At round 17 last season. Getting busy now. Boyd couldn't find a way through, but fit it back to Cross. As if on cue, Hargrave kicks inside the forward 50. Johnson and Bruce wrestle. Crumbed by Higgins. Goal.
Yeah, it's good.
Cross featuring again, but if you go...
And this is their biggest lead of the match. 5 points. Street important, isn't he? Dunn run down. It is all happening now for the Doggies. But Higgins pinged.
Where you are, right on it.
Well, if it goes to script, Melbourne will get a goal, because that's what's been happening today. And they've got a very early chance. Sylvia at 50. Terrible kick. Chance for Neats. Got it. There's a blue on it, half forward, centre wing.
He's got a marker. Matthew, walk away. Go away.
McDonald and Cross involved in that. Blue. Cross coming off the ground. He's going to be replaced by Scotty West. He's just coming off for a rest. Rotating with West. West has been well held by Godfrey. Just 6 touches. He was sitting it out with Godfrey. He'll come back on the ground now too. He's had 5 touches.
Neats with a chance here. Missed a couple last week. Melbourne are 4 straight from set shots. The Doggies are 5 straight from set shots today. And he's tugged it and missed it. It's a disappointing result. He hasn't had a lot of it today, Neats. That was a hard-earned free kick.
Melbourne working hard to get the runner out there to get a player off the ground. They want Godfrey back on West.
Ray across half back. West hasn't seen a lot of it. Under pressure from McDonald. Griffin. Oh, well done. The pace of McMahon. Searing kick. John Siracusa thought about it. He thought about it. So a miss at one end from David Neats, who's kicked 60 goals against the Bulldogs, his highest tally against any club. Could prove costly, because at the other end, the Dogs may get the goal. John Siracusa. Big kick, this one. Margin is 4 points. Against the odds, the Dogs have come storming back. Goal umpire goes a fair way, but it's good, or is it not? No. John Siracusa misses from 30 metres out. 5 points the difference. And if Matthew Warnock is writing the script, it should end now.
That's his number. He's played in 3 matches in his career, and they've all been 5-point games. One that the Demons have won and a couple they've lost, and that's over a couple of seasons. Bruce to Green. So a reprieve for Melbourne after the Doggies got a let off. David Neate suddenly feeling a little bit better. The kick to centre wing. Maloney, hard worker. Had a good season. Daisy cutter, but Ray cut it off. He has had a good second term. Gilby, magnificent kick to Higgins. So much to like about this 19-year-old. Now, Davies chasing, but Higgins has got the toe. Kick to full forward. Johnson, half a chance. He'll kick it. Clever, isn't he?
What a great kick in.
That was a magnificent kick then by Higgins.
Oh. But on the bounce to Brad Johnson. Morris missed it, went back and found it, wanted it most. McMahon, West. Trouble now for Melbourne. The prime movers coming into their own for the Dogs. Johnson once more almost. Got in front. Hahn, unkind bounce. Ward couldn't get through. Bates in trouble. Tackled. Suddenly the pressure coming from the Dogs. Johnson once more. Eagleton over the top. Farron Ray turns around and misses. Should have done better.
Tim, can Melbourne take some pace off the game for a moment? You feel it? It's a flat-out game and they can't keep up right now.
They've just got to start hitting their targets. So when they do go forward, they've got to be a little bit more patient. Just wait for it to unfold for them, and then just lower their eyes when they go into their forward line. They've just got to retain possession of the ball at that part of the ground.
Miller's in trouble here, coming from the ground. We'll go down to you in a moment, Ricky.
Here's where they've got to be patient, Bruce, in the setup here.
So Green to Sylvia.
Wide.
Got wide inside the 50. It's a tight angle, though.
You would be on the phone to your interchange steward if you were the Western Bulldogs. That interchange has cost them this shot at goal.
With Street coming off, Dennis.
Yeah, just, I mean, you get it in your head you're going to do it, but surely the guy has got to... Is he big, their interchange gate attendant, before I say any more?
I'm looking.
Is he a big fella?
He's tough enough to take you. Oh, he's had a reprieve. Gee, White misses a lot.
That doesn't narrow the field much, Bruce.
No, it's looking around. Ricky, what's happening with Miller?
I'm just looking at Miller at the moment. They're taking his boot off, so it looks like it's going to be a foot or ankle injury. I'll just keep an eye on it and get back to you soon.
Sometimes, though, it begs the question about being 2 robotic clubs. I mean, there's got to be a little bit of flexibility in that situation. They just set up a free man for the opposition, and they work so hard to prevent that. Harbrook comes to the wing. White will mark uncontested.
That's just the kick of a young, inexperienced player. Now they've got to reset themselves, the Demons. If they can just hang on to the ball for the next couple of minutes, it'll just slow the Bulldogs again. This is where they need to play that tempo style of football.
Johnston. The Melbourne midfield has had a lot of the football. And you can look at that 2 ways. They've worked very hard for little return as the scoreboard stands now. Well, they've got their confidence up from a lot of touches. We'll find out in the second half. Here's Bate. Down the boundary line. Johnston, who moments ago kicked it forward, comes back, applies a strong tackle on Morris. Down goes Green. Got an arm free, couldn't move the football. And we'll have a bounce.
Gee, one-on-ones everywhere at the moment, Tim.
This is working in their favour. Here's the injury to Miller. This is where, oh yeah, he just rolls his ankle over.
It's Melbourne's plight this year, isn't it? So symbolic of what's been happening with their injuries all season. Use more players. And that's a give. That's got to be a throw from Cooney. It's a given. Here's Johnston. Been very good. Maloney. So coming back. So Brown has to bring it back. So, Tim, they've just stopped the flow for the moment.
It's been good the last couple of minutes for Melbourne. Now they've got to reorganise themselves. The Bulldogs are sliding numbers back, so they've got to be patient when they go forward here.
2-goal games, nothing at half-time, but it was 4 consecutive quick goals from the Doggies that threatened to blow the match open. Remember Dennis talking about the Bulldogs having good second quarters and Melbourne really struggling in the second terms. Jones wide, 50-50 ball. This is danger. This is what they did not want to happen. And Higgins is the recipient. And he's dangerous. The long kick in, Warnock read it best. Was he off?
He played that well, Warnock, then. He played it well. He kept his eye on where the ball was coming in from. He kept his eye on his man. He played the angle well.
And obviously learned from the last time Higgins brought it in, because he tried to split the difference there again. This is Brown. This is right half back. What an entertaining first half. So often you go to the footy, you don't know what to expect. Came here today with a winless team, Melbourne, and they've taken it up to one of the most entertaining teams in the competition, the Western Bulldogs.
He's got a lovely pair of hands, this boy.
He's going to be a good player for a long time. Bate. High ball. Holland battles with Hargrave. Off hands. Well done, Johnston. Didn't take any prisoners. Thumped it forward. McDonald inside the forward 50. Davey from behind. Huge leap. Uze taken down. Falling to the ground. Jan Siracusa was still tumbling when he got it to West. McMander, Hargrave. Nobody on the far side. Checks. Comes back. Harbrow. Those two like waxing. Harbrow. One bounce. From half-back, kicks beyond the wing. White stretches in front of Bate. Plenty of open space up ahead. Looks to the middle. Darcy giving instructions before he marked it. Called Gilby on. Gilby goes in short and finds Hahn. Well, if you watch the replay, you'll probably see Darcy waiting for the ball and telling those around him what to do.
He's a dangerous player, Gilby, isn't he, running forward?
He loves it too, doesn't he? Mitch Hahn back this afternoon. Back in style.
They are so good on the counter-attack, the Western.
Give it half-time to get him back out there.
So the margin out to 18. Dennis, I've got the feeling this is like Geelong round one with the Doggies. They were 4 points down at quarter time and led by 22 at the half. And they got very hot in this quarter. Johnston, he's a good finisher. Is that coming back? It was coming back, but it was touched right on the line by Harris, whose closing speed was impressive. And now he gets it back again. Melbourne either need a goal or they need the siren, one or the other. McMahon's kick is a good one. It gives Griffin a chance. Green was good though, and then quick. Well, this is danger because the Dogs have got the numbers. Higgins, Addison clever, Griffin to draw, Higgins to finish, and doesn't. I think he got more excited than I was.
Never.
It is hard to do. 65 to 47.
Mitch is off the ground. Ben Holland's gone to full forward.
So suddenly it's being played very much in the Western Bulldogs terms. This is Davey in the back pocket. He's kicked 2 goals, both of them early in the game. To the outer side, and Godfrey, who drops the mark. Ample time to recover. Hugs the boundary. Bate is going to get a free kick. Hands in the back. Well, a hand in the back. Bates, midway between the lines, wing and half forward, went looking for Uze. Gilby to tidy up, though. So much more assurance now from the Dogs. West. Deep in defence, McMahon. He's got blistering speed. Comes away. Goes looking for Boyd and/or Addison. Addison dropped it. Found it. Davies got him. That's holding it. Well done, Aaron Davey. Here's a chance for Melbourne then. Uze approaches the 50. Sends it long. West needs to punch away. Godfrey was there. West stops it right on the line. Heard the call from the goal umpire behind.
Just got too close to the doggy runner, Uze, the defender coming at him. And he really had a chance there. It's had a good first half, Uze. Bate as good as anybody for Melbourne. Addison from cross. Took Bate on. High ball. Harbrow. Well done. Now, he's not without a chance here. This would really really hurt Melbourne. Doggies have finished the term off with 5 unanswered goals. Melbourne led 7-5, and now it's 7-10. Harbrow, can he kick his first goal? No, he messed it up in the end. So at half-time, it's been full of entertainment, hasn't it? Western Bulldogs with the edge. They lead 10-5 to Melbourne 7-6.
Find themselves in a position they've been in before this season, down at half-time, and they were falling off the pace approaching half-time. And here we go again. Somebody should take out a folding chair, I reckon. 65 plays 48. Good bounce. Umpire McLaren. White on the way down, thumps it forward. West went to ground. Well played. Bate got it from Dunn. This is Ward. 60 metres out. Can the Demons start with an early goal? Long to the square. Well played Morris. Punched it away, ran after it, but it's out of bounds. Either way, he was going to get a good result.
Neil Danaher's dropped Bruce off Johnson. Carroll's now gone to Johnson. Bruce is back in the midfield.
They've got to generate some goals themselves. And Johnson's had a lot of the football. Equal leading possession getter on the ground and 3 goals. Well done, Davey to Ward. Kicks it to space. Done almost to free. There's Bruce. Bell comes back to Green. What a few men who could kick it from here. Gives it a ride and puts it through.
And the move of Bruce on the ball.
A vital opening goal in the third term to bring them back within a couple.
Dogs gone small in their forward line. Higgins, June Siracusa, Johnson, and also Mitch Hahn out of the goal square against Holland. He'll have too much agility for Benny Holland.
So Darcy must be interchange, and he is. So Street doing very well in the ruck. Now Cooney had a quiet run. Higgins did well, actually. Clever. And Hahn was quick off the mark.
That's really to do Holland for pace and agility.
He's an important player, Hahn, isn't he? He was going great guns last year when he did the knee against Brisbane. I saw him in a game in Adelaide where he was outstanding against Port Adelaide. And here he is from about 48 to kick a second goal, and he's come back, coming back, just missing a behind. Can play in so many different positions. Neil Danaher and his team. It's been 30 years since the Demons have been 0-7 in any season. They are 0-6 right now and 2 goals down.
Mitch Hahn, he's sort of like a Swiss Army knife. He does so many things well as far as his team's concerned, and he's tough. Here's Aaron Davey, left half back, kicks it beyond the wing. Eagleton knocks it away from Brown. Down goes Sylvia. Eagleton attracts a crowd. Down he went. And that ball's not coming out anytime soon.
Street's been impressive, Dennis. He's had 6 hit-outs to the advantage of his ground-level players. They brought him back into the side. He's replaced Minson, and I think they'd be pretty happy with what they've seen in the first half of football.
Umpire McLaren, who's bouncing well today, not his best effort. West tumbles to the ground, released the football. Sylvia's got it. He's slung by Griffin. Let's go down to Ricky Olorenshaw.
Yeah, just an update on Brad Miller, who we saw strain his left ankle in that second quarter. Had a lot of work done at half-time. Put a fair bit of strain. You see his left ankle there go over, so he's got a sprain of his left lateral ligaments in his ankle. But the club doctor said he'll be okay to play in this second half.
Thanks, Rick. So, Bulldogs yet to get a kickstart in this term. Davey was so important early in the match to Bruce. Tim's talked about what influence he might have. Ward to Bell. He's never kicked a goal, Bell. It's a good-looking kick. He has now.
The goal was kicked at the other end. And as the umpire got the ball back in the middle,
Just don't worry about it, mate.
this erupted down to the Coventry end. Don't know what started that. Hard to imagine Brad Johnson did. Is that too long a bow to draw, Tim, or not?
Is that just because he smiles?
You can stay all night.
The ox is up and about too. I don't know what happened, but I am guessing. There's Street, knocks it down. Melbourne getting back in the contest. That's the main thing. West was involved with Godfrey moments ago as well off the ball. Hand pass from Johnston. Green did nicely. Bruce has got it. He may be the catalyst. Goes down towards half forward. Bate stretches. Takes the mark. He's run on a bit. And the umpire has put him on the right angle, which is good news for Bate. Needed to stop or sharply cut left, but he's a good kick. He's on the clock. Right on the 50. Just hangs it out to the right. And is that a mark? I think it is. Paid to Harris. So Neitz has to come back.
Cameron Bruce has already had 4 touches in this third quarter. That would be beginning to worry Rocket E in the Bulldogs coaching box now.
So Cooney, Griffin and Dunn. It's a good matchup. Bruce again to Dunn, to Johnston, who's been busy at the start. Sylvia, well done. Green, a natural left footer, uses it well to White. Melbourne building impressively, doing all the attacking. White's kick, and nothing sort of kick in the end. Gilby to swoop and run it over.
That's why McDonald's gone forward, Bruce. He's actually tagging Gilby now as a forward line player, so they're going to try and shut down his run.
Holland being worked on there. See the cut over Holland's left eye.
Brad Johnson not that keen to go on with it.
Nathan Carroll's a bit scary, isn't he? Street, White. Street did very well. Hargrave to West to Gilby. Here he goes. Loves this situation. 3. Then a little one on the left to Ray.
He decides to check. The margin is 6 points. Bulldogs being challenged. Melbourne have come out firing. This is Cross. Very good second term. Beckons a man to come to him. That was Boyd. Boyd followed those instructions to the letter. Sets it up high down towards the pocket. Hahn takes the mark, wants to go. Well, he was off before the whistle. It was a slow coming whistle. He gets the football, snaps, hits the post. That post. We talked about it on Friday night. Ackermanis is down. Now Hahn was waiting for the whistle, I thought. Virtually sold himself into playing on. Here's Green on the wing.
So things going for Melbourne at the moment. Sylvia, good mark. McDonald. White in the forward 50. I noticed Brad Miller a moment ago, so Ricky good call Miller back on the field. McDonald, it's not normally his caper, takes the man on. Left foot, Neitz. Well, Harris did well. Neitz. It was a poor kick coming in. The delivery not there. Higgins, Cross was outstanding there. That was a tough mark, but he puts Eagleton under the pump a bit. So the doggies just rattled a little bit right now. The cage rattling, and they're not barking quite so loudly, and Dunn gets a free kick.
Wait! It's back here. Didn't have the ball.
Hey, Ricky, give us a quick one on Holland, would you?
Yeah, Ben Holland came off that cut above the left eye, and the Melbourne coach up added hemorrhoid cream to stop the bleeding, and then to put a whole roll of tape to put his eyebrow back on, but he's ready to go.
There's the hit on Ackermanis. Brown's got the football, told to play on. Goes across the ground. Johnston. The only criticism you can make of Daniel Cross is sometimes he's a little too predictable. He loves to hand pass. He's got to make the opposition respect his kicking a little bit more. I promised him I'd never say that again, but it cost them last week at Subi, and right there, they're aware of what he's going to do, just like his teammates if they've studied him enough, and he's so good. Oppositions need to. This is done. 65 metres out. High ball down towards full forward. Over the top, knocked away down there. In fact, it's gathered by Hahn. Falling to the ground. Hand passes straight out to Uze, who snaps a goal. A point the difference.
Inside the 50 for a couple of goals. He's been very good. Well, Cameron Bruce, what an inspired move that's turning out to be. Sylvia, who was so good a moment ago, putting the pressure on Hahn. Getting the ball from Maloney. Bate. Ball to come out. Davey doing some umpiring there.
They're right on top at the moment, the Demons. They're right on top. But when you do get a momentum shift like this in a game, you need to score. You need to put scoreboard pressure on as well.
It's been the scoring in the Lockett end, hasn't it, today? It's where the main goals have been got for no real reason, just momentum shifts.
Holland's gone forward. Now he's just pushed up to the ground. Mitch Hahn's gone with him. He's just about to position himself at the top of the square. Possession this quarter, Melbourne 37 to the Bulldogs 19.
Some symmetry about that last pack with Eagleton and Jones in there.
Bruce again.
We got a whistle. And a free kick is going to Scott West. I think being held to the side of that bounce ball.
I think the time's come now for Rockedy to get his best tagging player and put him on Cameron Bruce.
Well, last week he threw Johnson into the midfield, Brad Johnson, and Brad picked up a lot of kicks, 23 possessions last week, but now he's on the lead, but the kick is not a good one. Carroll tracks it back, arriving quickly. Cooney did well, jarred the ball loose. Bell walks it across the line. We'll have a throw in.
Nathan, you had the ball, mate. You had it, mate.
Cross is now picking up Bruce, but I wouldn't think that Cross is a designated tagging type player.
Umpire Sully making his point. They call me Sully, not silly. Here's an opportunity behind Davey. Comes across to Holland. He's in the opposite back pocket. Breaking for him is Maloney. He goes instead towards Davey. Maloney is still on for the hand pass. That's ignored. Davey goes to the middle, taken by Bell. Well, lack of awareness there. Gian Siracusa, after Cooney forced the error, gave it to West. This is Darcy. Johnson on the lead. Darcy goes in that direction. Brilliantly done. He lost Carroll. He doubled back, then came forward. Had the time, had the space.
You called it beautifully, just a lack of awareness. I've seen Bell do that on a number of occasions too. He just doesn't seem to have great peripheral vision.
Pardon the pun, sometimes he needs to be told. Johnson. Good looking effort, bending back. That post again.
Was it told or told?
Told.
Done from Davey.
Whom should tell him, Dennis?
Hemingway.
Bate and Gilby. To Ward, to Sylvia.
Been good this quarter, Sylvia.
Ryan!
50.
3 times, Ryan. You've got to get back on it. You just stand there. Done it, Earl. Hey.
Does umpire Sully, just his voice remind you of Dave Hughes at all?
It is a bit Dave Hughes-ish, isn't it?
You wouldn't be laughing if you were Griffin right now.
When he said hey, I thought he sounded a little bit like Daryl Summers, actually.
If he's got to creep over the lap, that's what happens.
We're going to make him a star by the end of the day. Well, he has played well, Tim, in this quarter, Sylvia. This is a big kick to put the Demons back in front.
Sure.
And they have missed a few. They were 4-0 from set shots earlier when David Neitz missed, and they've missed 2 or 3 since.
They want to run here, let him go.
So just one little kick in it.
Darcy gathers the ball up near the wing, goes to Ray. Ray kicks towards half forward. Johnson worked in front, hands to it, couldn't hang on. This is Griffin deep in the pocket, trying to bounce it through. Bell gets back this time and takes not a risk, just takes it across the line.
G ran hard then, Griffin. He started in the defensive 50s. Sylvia tried to keep up with him, but he just couldn't go with him.
Been lucky on Sundays. Good game last week. Good game again this afternoon. 2 points the difference. Dogs on top. Melbourne challenging. Looking for their first victory. Nice kick in. McDonald couldn't hang on. It's out of bounds, off hands. Nothing would be more certain that if Melbourne lose this afternoon, they can't make the final. So Slim, nevertheless, but their only hope. They've got to win this afternoon. Darcy works in front. Johnson comes around him. Boyd leads in the race. Ward is there step for step, and out it goes.
So the stakes are high for them, aren't they, the Demons, and for the Doggies. That cluster of teams that came into this weekend on 3 and 3, the 7 of them. A chance to move up, get close to the 8, if not in. Jones had his hand down there. Boyd. Warnock rips it away. Ricky Olorenshaw.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have got an injury concern with Cameron White coming off the ground with back tightness, which is restricting his running, and has had to mean they had to reshuffle their back line, so Gilby's gone to bait.
Thanks, Rick. Morocco there with the phone tied to that ear. Holland wide. Morris read it best. It was always going to give McDonald a problem. I thought Ray was really important in that burst that the Dogs put on in the second quarter. Gets it to McMahon, runs hard, kicks to the hot spot. Good mark, Hahn. This has been an impressive comeback, Hahn.
Where you are, Ben. Thanks, Ben. Stay there. That's fine.
He's been outstanding.
Back a couple, guys.
Whoa. Godfrey is down on the far side, and that skirmishing between he and West continues to fester. There wasn't a man within 30 metres of the pair.
Godfrey still down. Hahn from 52 metres. Beautiful kick. He's got another one.
What happened to Simon Godfrey on the far side? More will be heard of that. Back in the middle, Darcy knocks it down. Johnson, Davey swings it out wide. This is Green. Green to half forward. Johnson stretches, takes the mark 60 metres out. Well, that's a slap in the face for Acker. Johnson took him on. Goes down towards full forward, off hands. Falling at the first hurdle was Harris. Diving in there was Cross. Brilliantly done there by Miller. Got it out. The snap comes from McDonald and goes through for a minor score. In fact, it was Bruce who had the snapshot. And suddenly, Rodney Eade very animated on the phone.
Gee, Miller was good then, wasn't he?
Great bit of desperation shown by him. That's what you want to see your forwards do if they lose the contest, just to get back for that second effort.
Ackermanis from the back pocket. Kick to centre wing. Cross went in front of Darcy. Bruce having a big third quarter. Lovely kick.
She's been good this quarter. Cameron Bruce, he had 7 touches. Each one of them has counted too.
So James McDonald, All-Australian last year in best and fairest. Uze on the long lead. They've done this well, Melbourne. 2 clever kicks, and they've got the right bloke in the right spot to kick a goal.
Well, Tacker picking up Uze now, and Uze took him 2 full forward, played him out of the square. They opened up that fat side space, and that was a terrific kick.
Pressure kick, isn't it? Just needs to get it. They've missed a couple. He's kicked 2. We get a good sider from here. And he's kicked it badly. It's got to be nerves, you reckon, in a situation like that. Need the goal. Couldn't deliver.
Ackermanis, I think, uppermost in Rodney Eade's thoughts at the moment. Ray did very well. That was a wonderful mark. The hand pass not so good. And Bruce, I think, will be penalised, and that's a very tough call. He was in mid-air there with Daniel Cross.
No, Ed. Plan!
Oh, that's a tough call.
Cross unloads, deep into attack. Johnson from behind, hands to it, couldn't hang on. Crawling after it, Jan Siracusa. Slapped it towards the kickoff line. Warnock gets a hand pass to Davey. Davies in the back pocket and comes to Johnson. So Melbourne repel the Bulldogs. That was hands in the back as well then. No free kick for McDonald. The crowd realising that, though, weren't too happy. Eagleton's kick went down to Johnston, who sold Godfrey into trouble. Tackled with relish by Cooney from behind, and a ball up right on the 50.
And that's the problem with that rule. If you're going to pay them like that, you've got to pay them all over the ground. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and the final quarter. There is so much inconsistency with that hand in the back rule.
Street and Johnson, Warnock.
chance. Mine again.
The only point you can make there, Tim, is if the umpires see it. I mean, there was that one last week with Lade down on the forward line, and they didn't see it. So consistency.
I understand that, but why introduce a rule that's going to be so difficult to adjudicate upon?
We'll see.
Boyd, Carroll, Johnson are behind. 3 goals for Johnson today. Had a terrific opening half. So this match sitting on the tightrope, isn't it? Which way does it go?
Neitz and Sylvia off the ground, Bate and Dunn back on, so some fresh legs in the forward line for Melbourne.
Gee, Davies had an interesting game. A couple of goals early. He's worked very hard down back in this quarter.
That's not where he's dangerous, though, is he? He's dangerous getting the ball inside 50 or in the attacking half. He's getting a few cheapies down there setting up play. But you'd like to see him get more ball inside their 50.
Holland's awkward kick. That's a good mark. And Bate had a nice feel there, I think, in the end. So Johnson, 5 consecutive matches for him. That's a rarity in his career so far. Uze couldn't quite. Well done, Gilby.
I reckon Neil Danaher's decided whether or not this kid can play, Johnson. He's decided to put him out there playing 4 or 5 weeks in a row.
Street laid it down, but Jones and Cooney. Cooney's stats are thin for him today. Carroll taking off Tim down the ground.
He'll go all the way if he can. Green's at the top of the square on man 2 at the moment.
Melbourne have got the numbers wide of this situation. West hand passes straight up in the air. In goes Jones, ran into a dead end. Must have felt as though he was looking into a mirror right there. Eagleton was waiting for him. So a bounce about 60 metres out.
This is where Street's been good today.
Umpire Sully working overtime. Street once more prevails. Well done, well called. Eagleton goes to midfield. Higgins, awkward ball pitched in front of him. Warnock does well. Had lost momentum, but suddenly as he took the ball, accelerated away. Jones has got it. Man onto the outer side. Uses it nicely. Bell on the wing. Goes inside the forward 50. Green in front. Juggled attempt at the mark. Appear to be dragged down. No free. Bate over the football. Hargrave over him. Hargrave found it. Heard a voice. Got it out. Harbrough again. Those two together. This is Cross. Twisting, turning. Goes back to Eagleton. Eagleton was the man that gave it to him. Brilliant kick. Wonderful vision. Now Cooney's away. He can run inside the 50. Settle and kick a goal. That's big.
Points getting close now to 3/4 time. Melbourne need one before the next break. Brown did well. Carroll's had a good match. Johnston been busy. Normally uses it. Lovely looking kick. Bruce has been outstanding in this quarter. Now this is an important kick. Sylvia in the pocket. Got him. But it's a tough kick from here.
Yeah, low percentage angle.
If it was Brad Green there, or maybe Uze, you'd say good spot.
They should look to square this up. There's a space there for someone to push into.
Missed one from in front a moment ago. Sylvia's had a pretty good match, 50 metres out. It's a bad result, but it was always on, I guess.
I think an out of bounds on the full's a better result than a point in a situation like that, because the Bulldogs can get on their bike extremely well from a kick in. This is going to be more difficult for them to set something up.
John Syracuse short to Gilby. Where's the next link in the chain? Not much happening up the ground. Good coverage by Melbourne. Gilby hoisted high then. From behind, White had it bounce off his chest. Boyd tried to go through, lost the football. This is Morris. Lays it off. Darcy goes with the right foot. Inside the forward 50. Ackermanis from behind launched himself. They came in from all directions. It's fed back towards Dunn by Holland. In there is Griffin. Keeps it going. Goldwood hung with strength. Good stuff. Tried to get through. Couldn't. Johnson. Anticipated well by Bell, though then Maloney gives it out to Johnston. Johnston of Melbourne, out of the back pocket, spots a man surrounded. The Bulldogs had him in a triangulation of fire, but Davey took the mark. Goes out wide. Uze Can they get a late goal? Centres the ball. Miller. There's a long kick. Wants to go. Not sure about that. Came back to White. White pops it to Green. Showed a lot of it to the defence, though. Well played by Addison. Swings it back. Clever kick. Now crosses away. Needs a telling kick here. What a beauty. Ackermanis. That was all about how you use the football.
Absolutely, Dennis. They had two beautiful kicks from half-back. The first one from Johnson, the next one from Uze. Miller had to go back. It was the wrong option to go wide to Jeff White. He was handballing to a bloke who was only ever going to be able to kick on his left foot.
Wonderful by Cross. Make them respect the kick. Well, Ackermanis lets them off the hook. That could have been the knee buckler right there.
Just hasn't got any rhythm, Acker, has he? He needs a lucky break, something good to happen to get going.
No close up, wait till I say.
So Melbourne still really in this up to their teeth. Was it touched? Bulldogs pressing hard late in the third quarter. Darcy and White. Maloney didn't really have it.
How too long?
Umpire agrees, so Maloney from half-back. Just shows you how good the comp is, though. I know Richmond got slaughtered here last Sunday night, but this team hasn't won a game, Melbourne. In the last 2 weeks, they have been so competitive against highly ranked teams, haven't they? With a lot of players out. It's a poor kick.
It's just their finishing. That's the difference between them and the Western Bulldogs today.
Well, a Russell Robertson on song today would be handy forward, wouldn't he? Done over the back. Boyd, White did very well. Handball forward by Cross, terrific. Young Siracusa. Davey so quick onto Griffin. John Siracusa gets back, arches his back, goes for it from the pocket, misses. And Melbourne hanging on here. The Doggies have had a couple of chances late.
Yeah, the break can't come quickly enough for Melbourne.
You can't teach what young Daniel Cross has got, though, can you?
No.
In his mind, it's like a computer. He works out where everybody is going to be 5 and 6 steps on. That's just terrific. Just lucky to have it. Now Johnston, 84-69. Very entertaining game, this one. One of the best we've seen. Bell in the back pocket. Clock running down inside the last minute of the third term. Bell told to play on, which seems an anomaly. He was outside the boundary. Reaching over the top was Holland. Ackermanis did well. Boyd went down. Cooney. Cross. Darcy. Not sure that was the best place to go that time. Darcy, a high ball with his right foot once more. Lacks penetration. Knocked away by Morris. Taken by Holland. This is White trying to brush a tackle. Ward is taken down, arriving very quickly. Morris spills out. Cooney gave it across to Darcy. Exposes the middle for Melbourne, but they're caught the other way. Johnson had it knocked away by Carroll. West gave it back to Johnson. Runs to 50. Storming effort. Davies stretches right on the line.
He's playing like a back pocket in this quarter, Tim Davey, isn't he? How many kicks has he had in the defensive 50?
10 in this quarter.
Oh, what a terrific quarter it was. And the Doggies maintain the lead, but Melbourne are coming. It's 84-69.
Cameron Bruce came into that game in the third quarter, really changed the midfield mix for Melbourne. He has been a wonderful player. This bloke's been playing behind the ball. I'd still like him to push forward. Acker, has he got any more to give in this last quarter too? I think the question will be asked of him at three-quarter time by Rodney Eade.
First goal will be very important after the break. At three-quarter time, 12-12 to 10-9.
The Western Bulldogs 12-12, Melbourne 10-9. Melbourne have had more of the football, less of the score. Here we go again. Much as the previous term started. Carroll and Johnson.
Neitz back in the goal square at the other end for Melbourne.
Very quiet day for David Neitz. Not a good part of Australian rules, that. Final term underway. Melbourne still a chance to win their first game. White, two hands at wide of the pack, taken by Boyd. Kicks it down towards half forward. Carroll comes up to meet it. Shins it outside the 50. White falling to the ground did well. This is Ward. Ward a hand pass to Brown. Brown comes up towards the wing. Johnston has to wait. It was knocked away by Boyd. Johnston could have almost got a free. Courage by Boyd. The storming past was Brown, looking to force the ball on with his boots, and Boyd just dived in front. What appears to be a full brother to a free kick.
But not given in this occasion. Addison ripped off it. That's...
No.
No, you took it. Play on.
So the advantage now given.
No.
Dangerous kick. Oh, Dunn probably had to go a bit harder there. John Siracusa, the Dogs with a chance. Ray on the burst. Teases Warnock with a bounce and then goes for goal. Carroll held on to. No free kick. Johnson and Carroll wrestling. Oh, he's clever, Johnson. It was a 50-50 chance. There was a doggy on the end of that.
That's the problem with that rule. That was a free kick then to Carroll in that marking contest against Brad Johnson, but the umpire just can't see that side of the contest.
Tim, I'll give you a tip. If you keep umpiring up here, you're going to go mad. You just got to forget it sometimes. Higgins, so frustrating. Cross.
All right.
Johnston, out. Are you going to take the tip?
I thought that last statement from you actually meant that you were mad.
Oh, I've been mad for a long time.
But what about Johnston carrying that football like a black delivery guy bringing a Ming vase? There's the hand pass from Eagleton. Boyd gets inside the 50. Davey almost got to him. Well done, Boyd. In front, Cooney. And Cooney almost the mark. Fell. Ball came loose. Carroll kept his head. Slowed the tempo. This is Brown. They're under pressure. Godfrey needs to be careful. How will it bounce? Holland. Davey. I think the best man to have the ball for Melbourne. He or this man, Johnston. And between the pair, they'll bring it out. Perhaps. Johnston. Short to White. Johnston. Gave it to White, who kicks it up towards the wing. Ackermanis outnumbered. Decides not to take it out. Bit of confidence there. Gave it to Cross. Darcy. Some good has come out of White having some injury problems. Darcy getting a long, protracted run on the ball, and I think it's helping his football. Hargrave, Ackermanis, high ball. In front, Carroll. Johnson came from behind. Virtually a kick in the wrong direction. He thumped it back to midfield. John Siracusa hacked his way through. McMahon intended for Eagleton, far too tall, and Ward takes the defensive mark.
It's a big prize, this first goal in the last quarter now. It's been played in the Doggies' half, but they haven't got anything for it. Davey to White. Johnston, busy, isn't he?
Been 24 degrees outside today. You just wonder whether or not it'll take its toll on some of the players in this last quarter. Melbourne don't look to have a lot of run.
Dogs coming back from Perth last week. Bate on his wrong side. Can he break the tackle? Sylvia to finish. He has.
Darcy hooks it down behind. White slung, spills wide. Darcy goes again, slaps it down towards half forward. Godfrey did well. Delayed the hand pass, then gave it to Bruce, who finds Davey. Davey 60 metres out to White, who should steady, go back and kick a goal to bring it within 3 points. A father 7 days ago. Here we are, deep in the game on Mother's Day, and Melbourne far from a spent force. Huge kick.
20 seconds.
You can hear the countdown. Jeff White. Early going, final turn. Melbourne are charging.
Walk away. Now walk away, Brian. Now walk away.
Into Harris. He's got to be better than that, David. Doesn't matter what Harris might have done to him.
So Melbourne within 3 points, but a free kick against David Neitz for that. So the kick will go to the Bulldogs. I hate to bring it up, but look at Neil Danaher. David Neitz gave away the free kick late in the match against Port Adelaide last week.
Coming off the ground too, he'll be replaced by Miller. You just need to have your skipper setting the right examples. He's frustrated. He's just had 2 touches today, but they need him in this last quarter.
So McMahon has Melbourne close within 3 points. John Siracusa did very well. He was outnumbered. Ray's been a good player. Looking for some space. Sylvia to run him down. The kick to Acker. Got it. Gee, he needs this goal, Acker, doesn't he?
Doesn't he?
He's kicked 309 of them. This would be so sweet. From 50, coming back. He's got it.
Jason Ackermanis with a goal. Neitz pleading his case. It was interesting when he was running back to the centre with umpire McLaren. And it's Neitz who's doing most of the talking. When he was running back to the centre with umpire McLaren, he suggested that Harris be reported, and the umpire said OK. Memories of umpire Goldspink. What will you say on Tuesday night? A scramble over the football west, tried to dig it out. Sylvia gets a kick away. Davey takes the mark down towards half forward. What a whip snorter this has been. He comes to White. White 60 metres out. Not a good kick. Missed down there by Miller. Behind was Bate, went to ground. Johnston. Clever! Clever! Gets through. Kicks the goal. He who hesitates is not lost.
Doggies being challenged. Melbourne coming hard.
I reckon David Neitz right now has to be a better option up forward than Ben Holm.
So will Neil Danaher forgive the captain and bring him back? Sylvia hard. Morris got it out well. Cross. Jones over him. Sylvia's handball. Toe poke from Green. Well done, Holland. It was a good ball to win. Goal square. Miller. Harris. Bate. Can he get to Davey? Davey can do something here. He can put him in front. Are you tingling right now?
He's fired up. Well, the box we know is inspired now. But hold the phone, hold the dome. I mean, do you put Neitz back out there? I don't think so. Suddenly this forward line's functioning. Here's West out of the middle. He kicks down inside the forward 50. No right of reply, Tim. Harbro's in front. Ball jarred out of there. Johnson. Gee, it came out hard. That hand pass has gone about 40 metres. Addison leads back in the race. Fell over. Picked up by Johnson. Just hand pass for the sake of it. Harbro couldn't control it. He's coming off the ground. And a couple of big guns come back out. Cooney and Griffin for Addison and Harbro. Melbourne has won 9 of its past 11 clashes with the Western Bulldogs. They're a chance right here. It's been a wonderful contest. Cooney immediately in the action. Goes to half forward, stretching hard. There were hands in the back. And the umpire thought about it. And he thought, I saw hands in the back. Hahn will get the free.
Right in the middle of the back line.
Not only a great caller, a very good mind reader.
I think that's what he said, Bruce.
It's been very good, Hahn. Melbourne has not been in front since the 16-minute mark of the second quarter. They are now. Acker at the back. Davey fast becoming the best man on the ground. Maloney back to Davey. Well done, cross. Dennis's man with vision to Griffin. I think Davey's just exhausted, don't you?
had 25 touches. Bruce is entitled to these. Worked his way from one end of the ground to the other.
And I'll do a Clinton Grimes. He's gone coast to coast today, hasn't he?
He's given Melbourne, though, a lot of run in that defensive part of the ground, which they've been lacking in the early part of the season. He's a good ball user, too.
What are you doing? Here's Brown on the outer side, left half back. Pulsating affair, goes up towards the wing. Bate, awkward half volley. Oh, White saw Cross do it moments ago. Feeds it out, well worked. The hand pass from Higgins. Street is striding out. Goes down towards Johnson. What a wonderful kick. Street allowed for the camber. Johnson's got the ball about 70 metres out. Play on's called. Carroll, exhausted, just strolls up towards him. And now Griffin has it. Griffin, 65 metres out, just sets it up. An intelligent kick. Jan Siracusa, almost the mark. Spilt in front. Green, taken down. Warnock, only as far as Ackermanis. Quick hands, Cooney. Hurried kick. Hangs a long time in the air. Well done there, coming over the top and fisting away. Johnson concedes a behind.
That was a great defensive punch then. Just had to smash it through the goals. Just reset. They're bunching at centre-half back Melbourne. They'll break.
So just 1 point. Brown, the man who broke. Got it from Ward. And the next kick's important. Uze works hard.
Gee, he did work hard, Bruce. He started in the goal square out of Uze.
Probably he'll go down the line to Bate here. Bate and White. White with the advantage in terms of height. Bate did well. Can't quite get free. It was a good tackle. It was Harris's tackle.
Oh. They'll put away the whistle in this last 10-15 minutes, the umpires.
Bruce told you.
So you be careful, Tim.
That's right.
Well, at the start of this year, you would have thought this match would have been between two of the big hopes for Victoria, wouldn't you? And they're playing like they are. Two teams in the finals last year. Two teams that got to the second week of the finals last year. But one of them was 0-6 before today. Sylvia's kick to the pocket. Ooh, Miller fancied himself, didn't he, for a moment?
I wonder what Sylvia's mother thought about that kick, Dennis.
Oh, for a Russell Robertson right now to be out there.
Boundary throw in. Trying to hook it down behind was Street, didn't succeed, but he's got plenty of support. Whoops, Cross fell over. Bruce is through, sets it up, in front Dunn, knocked away, West. Did nicely, kept the ball going his way, got it to a teammate, Harris. Kicked it to Hargrave, gets a hand pass to Griffin. Look at them stride out. Bruce making no impression. Griffin is pulling away, runs to 60s off target. Ooh. Gee, that would have been something special. End-to-end stuff, 93 apiece. The season has not had a draw. One beckons here.
Brown to get it. It was a bit of a dangerous kick, but it made it. Bruce exhausted. He kicked it to Brown.
There's a lot of players out there tired at the moment. We talked about the courage pre-game. This is what it's all about now. Get down to the stretch now. Which players are prepared to still work even though they are dead tired?
It was a good call, Tim, and we're in that situation. We're going to find out. White got rid of Bate. Bate gets a second crack. Sylvia becoming very important. Missing and had a handball on.
Green was on inside then.
Was that done, was it? So the Doggies with a chance. Cross down the line. Hahn sits and waits. Little kick inside. Acker had a pretty good last quarter. Sets it up. Caresses it to Johnson. Not quite. Second crack. Johnson gets it back to Hargrave. Hargrave strolls in and goes.
Changes today. The Dogs lead by 5 points. Still plenty of time. Darcy cleverly tried to backhand it down. White kept on coming. Boyd goes after it. Davey, wonderful pace. Johnson smothered. Boyd out of the middle. Lunging Mark-Jan Siracusa has had some wonderful touches. So too this man. Ray's kicked those wayward. Bounces out of bounds in the pocket. Should have done much better. See, supporters of these two clubs, despite the scoreboard, can smile and laugh, and they've known hardship.
Neitz coming back onto the ground. This is where they've been dangerous, the Bulldogs, and these stop plays in their forward line.
Darcy trying to hook it down behind. Holland tackled by Darcy. Hahn with strength. Ward a strong tackle on his opposite number 10. Eagleton goes down. Ball up. Brad Johnson calling for calm and space down there.
McMahon free across half-back for the Bulldogs, so they're going to have to be smart when they go forward, Melbourne, if they do win this.
So one captain calling for time and space, and the other captain coming back, and Johnson to Ackermanis in the pocket, centering kick, done short, doesn't quite. Ray forces it behind. It's a one-goal game. Oh no, it's a boundary throw-in. I thought it went over the line for a point. So danger again for Melbourne. White and Darcy. Darcy flicks it back. Man-on-man stuff. McDonald to Darcy. Darcy on the left, and Davey to take it. And now to take off. Now, does he take Johnson on here? Doesn't have to. Comes wide to Uze. As good as Davey is at the back right now, Tim, you'd love him up forward, wouldn't you? Uze. Sylvia. What a terrific game of footy. Sylvia pops it to Bell. Back within McMahon. McMahon's handball. Bruce did very well. Ackermanis flung it out. Boyd wants the boundary line. Davey. Still Davey. Now the boundary line.
Well, I suppose if you're 0-6, you can take a few risks, but Aaron Davey, it was a big one. Darcy again exposes the back of the pack, but in midfield this time. Green to White, Brown. Now McDonald, a high ball inside the 50. Needs the skipper.
That's why you needed to bring him back out onto the ground after a rev.
You've been waiting for that. Needs third possession, going at his first goal. Barren afternoon so far. 5 points the difference. A goal here, and Melbourne lead. Right behind him. Neitz, good looking efforts. It's a goal.
Puts the captain back and kicks the cliched captain's goal. So Melbourne by a point. Getting to 100 for the first time this season, the Demons. Eagleton in his 200th game, tackled by Johnston.
Held in.
The Bulldogs are going to free across half-back. Hargrave is there free. The Demons don't have anyone. They're actually pushing an extra player up to the contest.
Cross on for Higgins, so cross back on as we get to the last stanza. Godfrey, White, it was slung free. Gilby's a dangerous man, but he was under pressure. Cooney tried to turn his man. McDonald, Brown, well done though by Morris. He had the courage. Cooney, Uze, McDonald, Cross, Eagleton. They work it forward. He's a lovely long kick as Eagleton. In his 200th. Does it get sweeter than that?
West, Cross and Cooney in for the centre bounce for the Bulldogs. McDonald, Jones and Godfrey for the Demons at ground level.
Where's Matthew Warnock? 5-point margin. He's the master of the 5-pointer. Bounces around in there like a pinball machine. Down went Cooney. Is that in the back? Hargrave went to ground. No free kick. West sockers it out towards the boundary. And out it goes. Couldn't possibly call that deliberate. And that will be a story this week. It may be the biggest story. the clash between West and Godfrey off the ball. They were 40 metres in the clear. Godfrey finished up on the ground, holding his head, and came off momentarily. In there was Cooney.
Both got it, both got it.
Ball up. James McDonald at the base of that pack.
7 Demon forwards inside their 50, just 4 at the other end. So if the Bulldogs break here, they've got plenty of space to work with.
23 free kicks in the first half, 8 in the second half. Don't comment, Tim. Johnston, tackled by West, and they're dragging Boyd along in their wake.
Good tackle. Off, off, off. Colin, walk away. Don't lose
Just
it now.
over 5 minutes to go.
I reckon Cameron Bruce could be dangerous here inside 50. He's against Addison.
Hargrave, who hit McDonald last year, was sizing up Sylvia there. Sylvia did very well to Uze. Pulls it back towards full forward. Backhanded down by Harris. McMahon's been very good running out of space. Hargrave, Sylvia goes in. He enjoyed that. And the ball's out of bounds.
Been terrific, Sylvia. It was his will against Hargrave a moment ago. He just wanted it.
He's been aggressive too, Bruce.
Darcy's been good.
Cooney. A bouncing ball. Speak of being good. This is what Johnston's been. Dunn started the game very well. Left floating foot. Could Neitz get on the end of it? Super mark, actually, getting back by Gilby.
They manned up well though, Melbourne.
Cooney. Still plenty of time.
Look at Cross working.
Darcy down the line. Working his way back into some good form, Darcy. We saw him kick 4 against the Tigers. We've seen him play pretty well today after a slow start. Ackermanis' big fly. Gets it again, Acker. Hooks it back. Ward against the flow. Takes the mark. Carroll's loose. It's
Sylvia.
50 against Johnson.
You ran over the mark.
That's not a bad result.
That was a good result then for the Bulldogs.
You ran about 10 metres over the mark.
10 metres over the mark. The Demons were away then. They had a free player. Sylvia at centre-half back. They had other players who had actually moved into offensive positions as well.
Yeah, that's a very good result. Now Ward with some jousting behind him. Sends it down a half forward. Bates. About 80 metres from goal. Long kick towards full forward. From behind it had to be a punch. Great mark in front, Sylvia. Morris made a big mistake.
I reckon he's come of age this afternoon, Colin, Sylvia. They've been patient, Melbourne. They've been waiting for a big return. He was an early draft pick. That is a fabulous mark. Should have been smashed away.
Oh, Rodney Eade, what would he be saying now? Sylvia, though. This for the lead inside the last 3 minutes. What a finish. Sylvia, been so good this afternoon, comes in. Demons by a point.
Since for the season, leading by a point. Rocket sitting on a 3-3 year with Collingwood here next week. Not sure what to do with that phone. Wants to eat it. Cross has been terrific. Johnson off the mark quickly. Almost within range. Is within range. Oh, this match is getting better by the minute. How many celebrations can you have on Mother's Day?
Johnson, after that goal, he actually signalled to all the players it's time to move into the defensive part of the ground. So they're going to try and shuffle their players, so they've got 3 players across half-back. He's gone to half-back. They've now only got the 2 players inside 50.
So Johnson's made the call to go back, and the runner's gone out to him. And now they're signalling there's still a couple of minutes to go. So the Doggies going to try and defend.
No, never like that.
So decision time here, Tim. One kick in it, 2 and a bit minutes left. Every clearance vital. Cooney did well. Dogs go forward. Bill took a risk and ran away from Acker and banged it back in Davies' direction. No free kick coming. Bruce just beaten it from Griffin. Neat's trying to impose himself late in the match. Got a high one.
So boundary throw in, a minute 51. Rocket Eve. Here we are, round 7, 2007. First coached against Melbourne in round 7, 1996. Sydney had a big win. If his Dogs win this afternoon, it won't be big. Well worked. Jan Siracusa comes away to Boyd. Open forward line. Ackermanis, the only one down there. Brilliantly gathers the half volley. Can he get away? Bell did well. High ball towards full forward. Surely a free kick to Eagleton. Nothing doing. Well, the umpire's umpiring in 2 halves. Johnston, wonderful tackle. Hahn took him down. Play goes on. Hahn emerges with it. Ackermanis deep in the pocket. Goes at the impossible goal. Kicks it behind. It'll be hard for the Dogs to lose from here. 6 points the difference.
Plenty of time to construct a goal. There's still a minute 13 on the clock. It only takes about 10-15 seconds to get the ball to the other end.
Here's Davey. So Melbourne against the clock now. Just over a minute to go. They trail by 6 points. They're 0-6. Davey wants some movement. Bruce is tired. This ball trickles across the line. And Bruce, you can bring it home.
My pleasure, Dennis. And Bruce got the free kick for Griffin hanging on.
Oh.
And then run down. It was a poor kick.
It's hard kick. Oh.
They're all weary. McMahon, that's a good kick to Boyd. Now, does he kick it backwards? He's got players wide.
Of course. Oh.
John Siracusa was there for a while. Doggies in control. Street the target. And the boundary line. Davey wanted the free. Didn't come. Then got the smother. Jones to McDonald, to Green, to Davey. Can Sylvia do it again? Made the contest. Uze, can he make the footy talk a bit? Uze's kick. Neats was going the wrong way. And Harris has got it.
What a game.
They were 0-6 and they lost by 6. Johnson's goal late. Wrested back the lead.
Oh. Footscray delighted. The Western Bulldogs delighted. Melbourne gutted.
All new Drama Wednesday. It's not the catch.
It's the thrill of the chase. The thrill of the chase.
It's not the past.
It's the joy of remembering. Join us remembering.
I know. It's not the crime.
It's uncovering the truth. Uncovering the truth.
It's not the story.
It's the drama.
McLeod's Daughters.
Cold Case.
Without a Trace. All new Drama Wednesday from 7:30.
Channel 9.
Channel 9.
Stakes have just got higher. Hello, South Australia. Welcome.
G'day, folks.
Quiz Maniacs. Voices once again. I was having a little bit of trouble with my earpiece. Quiz Maniacs, so sorry about that. are now worth $400. I came in tonight and the producer asked me to play along. When I saw what the tower was, fish you can eat. So I got some blank cards, 2 blank cards, and I wrote down the first 2 fish that came to me. 1 here and 1 here. We put some money on it and they haven't been said. So they are now worth $400. Now, Quiz Maniacs, I'm no Einstein, okay? You know, but no, I'm not. These are easy, Quiz Maniacs. They really, really are. And they would appear somewhere down here on the tower. So basically, it's an extra